Millions and millions of Americans rely almost exclusively upon the equity they've built up in their home as the sole and only measure of their net worth. They are what referred to as housepoor. Housepoor describes the situation of a person who spends such a large portion of their income on housing expenses, including mortgage payments, insurance taxes, maintenance, and utilities, that they have trouble affording much else. When they need to do a remodel or make a large purchase they don't have the cash for, they refinance their home or open up what's called a HELOC, a home equity line of credit, and then they use their home like an ATM machine. This practice back in 2008 showed when the tide went out who was in the water naked. The vast majority view their home as their biggest asset. I would like to argue that your home is your biggest liability. Let's first define what an asset and a liability are. An asset is something that pays you. Brilliant, right? A liability is something that you pay for. Simple, straightforward, and easy to understand. When I look at all the things I have to pay to have my house, and I do very much love my house, this is our dream house, the list is rather exhausting. Mortgage, insurance, property taxes, heating and cooling, entertainment, general maintenance, electricity, emergency repairs. I don't think I hit everything. Maybe I'm the exception and I've just simply had a run of bad luck. However, in my first home, while my wife and I were out of town over the 4th of July, our master toilet broke and we walked into our front door hearing a waterfall. In the home we're in now, our basement is flooded twice, make that 3 times, and our upstairs bathroom leaked, causing a few thousand in damages, all from different causes. Although we had insurance, we still had to pay, and we didn't meet our deductible on those, so we were paying all of those out of pocket. We didn't even submit a claim because it would have been barely over the deductible and raised our rates from filing a claim. My point is, if you own a home, it's costing you quite a bit in outgoing monthly cash flow. By definition, that's not an asset. Millions of people found out in 2008 that their homes were definitely not an asset when the housing market substantially dropped and they owed more on the note than the home was worth. Now, the moment you do sell the home and you realize the profit, if that does happen for you, at that moment, your home became an asset. But up until that point, your home was very much a liability. When you calculate your net worth, which I highly recommend starting that process, you will not list your home on the primary spreadsheet even if you have positive equity. Unless your home is also generating positive cash flow each month through renting out a section or a room, or you Airbnb it while you travel, which will be very difficult to create enough cash flow to outpace the monthly expenses, then it's a liability and you put it in a separate column. If your entire net worth is wrapped up in your home because you've been aggressively paying it down because you subscribe to the zero debt philosophy, I'd like to congratulate you on the one hand for your hard work and efforts, but on the other hand, urge you to consider a new way of thinking. You have what's called a lazy asset. A lazy asset is equity you own that is not generating cash flow for you that very much could be, or it's generating very minimal cash flow that could be vastly improved, channeled into a different direction. For example, if you own a house valued at $300,000 and the house is paid off, you have $300,000 in opportunity cost. Yes, you have no monthly payment. However, let's say you were to borrow against the value of your home and refinance. At today's low interest rates, you could get a loan for 3-4%. If you don't feel you can safely outpace 4% in investing those funds, then I don't mean to insult you, but you are simply not financially intelligent. I've been in this position before, so there's absolutely no judgment. It's simply a challenge to learn, grow, and develop your investing skills so you can grow wealth quicker and more safely than what you're doing right now. There are plenty of safe, collateralized assets that you can buy that exceed 10% return on investment. We'll be diving into all of these types of opportunities on my platform. In order to grow wealth, it requires a different way of thinking. And I'd like you to start thinking of your home as your greatest liability and avoid being house poor at all costs.